But I've experienced freedom because of men who did. Forever thankful to every veteran's sacrifice. This is Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Finally, a podcast 100% about veterans. Looking at veterans making a difference in the veterans community. We'll help veterans and we'll spotlight veteran-owned businesses and businesses that support and hire veterans. Plus, guzzle down some amazing coffee. Welcome to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Now your host, Tree McLean.
Good evening. Where am I at? Oh, here we go. Let's get rid of this picture right here. This has to do with the man I got on tonight. Dan the man. How you doing there, buddy? Dan Regalia.
Good treat.
Veteran. Yeah. So what you got going on, man? Looks like you're outside.
Oh, dude. All right. Whatever it is here in Houston right now, it's the most beautiful weather. We've been stuck indoors for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. So being able to sit out here and enjoy some coffee in the evening, just kind of relax.
Just go ahead. We're lying. We're recording this, okay? Because I'm going to be at an event tonight, and I can't do it tonight. So yes, It's Sunday morning, and
Sunday morning there's birds out here.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool breeze, man. This is like perfect. Got my cup of coffee. So actually, I got trying something a little bit different. So I've got my regular coffee here, but I was in California recently, and I'm not going to show the logo on this thing but they gave us these little cups, right? I'm like, well, this is the stupidest cup that I've ever gotten, or it's like one of those little screw-on things, like a water bottle or whatever, but it's stainless steel vacuum thing. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever had, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can fill this full of coffee and it'll stay warm. So now I take it with me almost everywhere I go. Whenever, like if I'm going to work or in the garage or whatever, I'll fill the damn thing full of coffee and use it as a thermos.
Oh, yeah. So this little coffee cup is 22 ounces.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think this is like 12. So when I was out in California, check this out. Marines we're the most pros Marines you've ever seen. Everybody, like, nobody loves a Marine more than himself, right? So check it out, Chesty's Bar and Grill. So went up there, had some SOS for breakfast. Like,
I saw that
2 blocks away.
Yeah.
Had a little bitty MRE Tabasco bottle. I was like, you know what? This is perfect, man. They had them as condiments, like salt, pepper shakers, and then a bunch of those little Tabasco sauce things. So this is perfect.
Do they still supply those in MREs?
Absolutely. You should have told me. I would have given you a couple.
Oh, I have
2 boxes. I have 2 boxes in the back of the car.
Mine are all brown.
So are mine.
Because they're like over 30 years old.
Oh, mine are just in the bag. No, mine are so new. They come with the little what's it called? They have the heater installed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Okay, so for the record, mine would have been back in 92. We were eating those. They just started doing those. So, yeah, had I brought home an MRE from boot camp, I'd have at least one 30-year-old MRE.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those little Tabasco bottles I brought home with me. So what's up with that mug you got? What's that mug say?
Chesty's Bar and Grill.
Is that where you got the SOS at?
Yeah. So in San Francisco, there's a Marine motel. It's I don't know where the hell it is. It's off of 4th and something. But it's downtown in the Union Station district, or I think it's Union Station district. You can go up, you can get cocktails, old fashions, whatever. But in the morning they do breakfast. So I got up there, got some breakfast, got some SOS, and the coffee was black as our souls. And man, it wasn't the best, But I honestly think that Marine Corps has its own coffee brand, because it tastes just as horrible as it did in Memphis, just as horrible as it did in Iwakuni, just as horrible as any other base I've ever been to. I've been to Air Force bases, Yokota, Yokosuka, all these ones do beautiful coffee. Misawa, Japan, amazing coffee on base. Yeah, come down, like you go to a Marine Corps one, it's not good, but I drink it anyways because damn it, I'm a man.
So I was in the field up at we were out in the field up in Fort Hood, and we had the Kentucky National Guard cooking for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up early one morning and I went to the chow tent, and I started walking over there, and the aroma of coffee coming out of that tent was unbelievable. And I could hear this noise going, like, what are they doing in there? It sounded like they're scrubbing pots and pans or something, So I go in there, and there's a staff sergeant in there, and he's got this great big aluminum pan. And I said, Sarge, what are you doing? He goes, I'm roasting coffee. I was like, what? He goes, I'm roasting the coffee beans. I said, get out of here. He goes, no, he just showed me. He was roasting the coffee beans. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So the smell of that coffee, I've never smelled it again until I started getting into coffee, and now I have it. It's called Zero Dark 30. And it's
nice. Yeah.
It's my Zero Dark 30. Yeah. In fact, I was just talking about it this morning to another veteran. He says that he likes a coffee that wakes up his ancestries. This one will ruin your household, after drinking it.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, I like a good strong coffee in the morning. It just kind of gets everything going,
Mm-hmm.
So, darker the better.
Yeah, oil. Got that sheen of oil across the top of your coffee.
Yeah. Until years ago, I was bored, right? So I had a job. I was working doing some, just my regular stuff. I was the IT manager for an oil and gas company. Starting to get antsy because I was doing everything, but I wasn't having any fun with it. So
was this prior to the Marine Corps?
No. This is 12 years ago, 10 years ago.
Okay.
I was tinkering. So just bought a house out here in Katy, and I had a garage and I had nothing to do in it. So built a bench, started messing with electronics. I got myself an air popper. Like the popcorn poppers?
Yeah, that's a great thing for roasting coffee.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So there was a place here in town that was up here off of it was in Cinco Ranch. And they had their own coffee roasts. They roasted their own coffee. You could buy raw beans. I was like, oh man, I got to mess with this. So I played around with it a little bit, and was able to get it and then put it in the coffee grinder, make an okay cup of coffee. I mean, my standards are pretty low, so anything that's not bitter, horrible, burnt, I thought I was doing good. But yeah, obviously a hell of a lot more skill than tinkering on the weekends or evenings. So yeah. But I learned a little bit about coffee. I know how to appreciate it a hell of a lot more. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. It's the kind we use was the Presto hot air popcorn popper.
Is that what you use?
Oh no, I don't know what I use now, but what everyone used back in the day, and people still use them today. And I think they still sell them. I really do. I think they still sell them. Yeah. I'm just looking it up online real quick to see if they do, and I'm finding them, and I'm actually finding new pictures. Let me put it up real quick. If you want to get into roasting coffee and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is the thing to have, and I'll show our listeners and watchers now. This is it right here. It's a Presto Pop Light. Now the one I had way back when was black and it had a yellow see-through top. But it was made by Presto, and it has air in it, and when you put your coffee beans in there, it creates airflow, and it pushes the beans around and so forth, moves them around, so it roasts properly, and it works well. So if you want to get into roasting coffee, it's the way to go.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hacks on YouTube with that, but luckily I don't have to do that anymore. One, I got you, so I'll swing by, grab a couple of bags of coffee. Dude, my garage is so full of freaking CNCs and tables and equipments and everything else. There's no way
your
I'd be able
garage
to.
looks like mine.
Yeah.
When I was working in my garage doing knives and my leather work, I had a little space I'd walk through my shop. It was just big enough for my fat ass to get through. And when I went and saw your shop, I was like, oh my gosh, the same way. You just have enough room to walk through there to get to your different equipment. And then some equipment you roll out of your garage and into the driveway.
Yeah, I got a little path. And I used to be able to roll the equipment out in the garage. Now those paths are covered up with giant boards. So what I need to do is I've got like 20 tap handles I need to make. Actually, I take that back. 475 tap handles I need to make is where my current backlog is right now. Just a few. There's 20 different people that need tap handles. So eventually I'll get out there and finish it. There's no timetable on them. Well, a couple of them there are, but one set has been waiting for 2 years for somebody who said he wanted to get tap handles for his bar. Veteran, so Senate Avenue Brewing, veteran owned. Firebase Brewing, veteran owned. That's up in Dallas. A lot of veteran-owned businesses or breweries, and a lot of times I just I give them a good price, and we figure out how quickly they need it, and get it out there to them. A lot of the stuff is just, hey man, I'd really like to get a new tap handle. If you ever come up with a design or something, or you get an idea, let me know. So, I came up with a design.
I just got a text message from Jeremy Spencer, that Navy squid you met at the Christmas party.
Oh, yeah.
And he just called me, so I just sent him a text message telling him on the podcast. I said, yeah, I'm interviewing Dan Regalia. Why don't you come on? And he just made up some BS excuse so he doesn't have to come on.
He's intimidated by me. He was before. He still is. I think he might still be upset over the Romanian intelligence test I gave him. For those of you who know or don't know, the Romanian intelligence test is this. You ask somebody to see their knife or their gun, right? And then they hand it to you. And then you put it in your pocket. And then you walk away. Real super simple.
Yeah.
Absolutely effective. Never give up your weapon. Never.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like your coffee pot's empty.
It's all right. I'm good.
So what are you drinking
this
morning?
Make this one last. Warm apple pie.
Oh, you like that?
So, dude, we had that last night, and holy cow! It's been 11 years since I was on air. We figured it out. My last thing was October 7th. So I used to have crushradio.com, worldrockradio.com, darkside radio, tons of internet radio back before we got regulated out of the business.
Mm-hmm.
October 7th, 2011.
For those of y'all don't know, I have up the picture of the warm apple pie bags. If you're wondering why there's a hand on the bag, it has to do with the movie American Pie. If you've seen a movie American Pie, you'll understand why it's called warm apple pie and why the hand is on the bag. So there it is right there.
And I'll tell you what, that coffee was solid, man. It's got like a beautiful little apple finish at the end. A little bit of it's not like when you drink a pumpkin spice beer, right? Or a pumpkin spice latte where it just hits you in the face with pumpkin. Now, this is a very subtle apple finish. Nice little sheen of oil over it. I gave some to my daughter. My daughter Hannah, she loves coffee. She worked in the coffee business for a while as a barista for Summer Moon. And she's like, oh yeah, look at this. And she's telling me everything to look at. I'm like, damn, I brought my kid up right.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, she was like, wow, this is really good. So yeah,
it is. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, she was surprised. I wasn't.
You knew it would be good. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I created a bunch of military blends. A lot of them are blends I already have. I have a Devil Dog Dark Roast. You know that. You've had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually just a Bailey's blend, Bailey's brew coffee, but I just renamed it for the military and so forth. But then I have like GD214 alumni bourbon pecan coffee,
The bourbon pecan is, I love the bourbon pecan and the Marty's one, dude.
Yeah,
the Marty's one is really good. Like when I want to have an Irish coffee, but it's too early in the morning, or someone at work will know that I'm probably drinking something not coffee.
Yeah. Now the apple pie you're drinking, I did a military blend for that too, and it's called "An Apple a Day Keeps the Doctor Away." Hopefully, because who really wants to go to the VA? Apple pie flavored coffee. So if you go to Patriot Coffee and you're looking for warm apple pie, it's on there, but you can also buy this one as well. So yeah, that's something different. And then we had the butter bar breakfast blend because everyone loves a butter bar, right?
Back when I was a senior lance corporal, which is a new rank we made up. After you said, you're either going to get to corporal or you're not, right? Because there's such a huge jump there. E4 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
If you're after a while, if you're in the same place for more than 2 years, you know how everything works, how everything runs, how everything is. So if you're handling all the work for the XOs, for all of the for everybody, eventually everybody's asking you for shit. And I've had butter bars ask me if I wanted to get coffee, or I was talking to Captain Lyle Schmidt. And Captain Lyle Schmidt was a Mustang, so he worked his way up.
What's his last name again?
Schmidt.
Oh, okay, all right.
So Captain Schmidt worked his way up through warrant officer to be a captain. I think he retired as a major. And we were working on some stuff, and we were going over it. And one of the butter bars came in and said, "Hey, Lance Corporal, aren't you in charge of the coffee mess?" And I said, "Oh, yes, sir. 1 second, I'll go get it." And Captain Schmidt was like, "He's busy. You go make the coffee, and then come back and let us know when it's done. Actually, bring a cup for both of us." And I was like, "Damn, I want to be a warrant officer when I grow up."
I actually did want to be a warrant officer because they were using warrant officers for maintenance on helicopters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I thought that'd be kind of neat to do, So I really wanted to be a warrant officer. In fact, I wish I'd stayed on the military and not gone into federal law enforcement career.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have a choice, man. They were trying to get rid of everybody. Like in 95, 96, you do anything wrong. I mean, you fart on the parade deck, man. You are, out. It was force reduction. Was going on really bad. So, I picked up, I re-enlisted, picked up corporal. So that was part of it. Pardon?
When did you re-enlist?
I re-enlisted in 94, beginning of 95. I re-enlisted in Japan, and when I was stationed in Iwakuni.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a year later, they gave me VSI. They're like, "Nope, we're reducing your MOS. You're ready to go." So I was like, "All right, well."
Did you ever go to Okinawa?
Went to Okinawa for range while I was out there. So I spent 2.5 years in Japan. So I had to go to range out there.
Okay. Did I tell you the story about one of the coffee blends I have?
No.
Foster's Run. This one. Foster's Run Light Roast.
Wait. Camp Foster out there?
Right.
Yeah. I remember you. Yeah.
So this is my great uncle that was killed in WW2 Sugarloaf Hill. His name was Foster. So he was a runner in high school and college. And when he went over there to Okinawa, they were fighting on Sugarloaf Hill, and he told his troops, "You stay here. I'll run across the valley and get ammunition because I'm a runner." And he did that all day, ran back and forth across the valley, getting ammunition supplies for his troops. But in doing my ancestry and research, I've discovered that Camp Foster wasn't named after him. It was actually named after a PFC William A. Foster that was in his platoon that jumped on a grenade and saved 6 Marines. And that's who Camp Foster was named after. Yeah. But actually, William Foster, supposedly his granddaughter, he contacted his parents and asked, do we have a Kenneth Foster in our family? Because they wanted to know. And but they said, no, we don't have one. But yeah, he wanted to see if they're related before, because he died prior to Kenneth Foster dying. Yeah. So that was kind of neat. So the USO and Camp Foster gets Foster's Run coffee and some other coffee. I send it to him on occasion.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So
what you got to do is you got to have one of those buy a Veta coffee buttons. Like what is it? Fox Brewing up in San Antonio or Austin or somewhere in the area here. They have a wall. By the way, anybody who's reading this podcast or watching this podcast, look up Fox Brewing. You can go up there at any day, and there's like 400 or 500 buy a veteran a beer stickers. You just go up there, you take the sticker off the wall, get a beer. Barely any veterans go up there. So I know he wants to get rid of a lot of beers. So we need to plan something. Go up there, sell some coffee, and drink some beer. But you should do the same thing with coffee. I think that would be awesome. You could, donate a bag and, donate a bag to Camp Foster. Donate a bag to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
that's a great idea. I'm going to do, I'll do that. So if someone buys that bag of coffee, boom, it automatically gets sent to wherever.
Yeah. Donate a bag to Camp Foster. Donate a bag to here. Donate a bag to your favorite base.
Yeah. Like Marty's Mountain Coffee. Every time someone buys that, it pays for the coffee for the guys at Camp Valor out in Conroe.
Yeah. So donate a bag, man.
Yeah. So then we'll just do donate a bag. Every time you buy a bag, you donate a bag to them. Yeah. Or just buy the bag from them. That's a good idea. I like that idea. I will do that.
For a Marine, you'd be surprised at how many good ideas I have. Most of us just sit around here eating crayons. Oh. Eating crayons, drinking coffee, and
it's stuck. I had a friend say "oorah" for me, and I recorded them, but it doesn't sound all that good. I want to find someone that can do a good Marine oorah.
Yeah, I can't do that without scaring the kids and half the animals. Like we got birds and quiet people out here in the morning.
So last night at the open air market I was at, the A&M game was playing. And this guy in the background kept yelling. He had his A&M shirt on, and he kept yelling. I always understood it was whoop, with ending in a P.
Yeah.
But his didn't end in a P, and it was really annoying. And finally, I went over to him and I said, "Dude, man, did you go to A&M?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Where'd you learn how to say whoop?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Where'd you learn how to say whoop?" I said, "It ends in a P. Okay, quit yelling. You sound like an idiot, And this girl sitting there goes, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you said something to this guy. He was really annoying, So she even said it. She goes, "It's whoop, and it's not woo."
You want to know one of the things that just burned me to the core? This is so frustrating. And I see videos of this online. Okay. If you are a Marine, okay, when I don't know what the hell it is, you get a bunch of Marines in the barracks together, like especially boot camp, like boot camp level type stuff. You see them go, it's attention on deck. Okay, anything officer steps on, attention on deck. For whatever reason in boot camp, and even you watch some of these videos where you see a drill instructor trying to put their foot on the prey deck and. You see everybody start to, say in unison. It's cute and all, but they freaking sing it now. Attention on deck. I was like, no. Attention on deck. You're a hard ass Marine. Get it done right. That's the same as woo. Just trying to sing woo. No, it's like
just last night I was reading an article on LinkedIn. That news media is saying that the Navy SEAL training is just too hard and too harsh, and it needs to change. And this one Navy SEAL was just bad mouth the news media, of course. It's like news media, keep your mouth shut, stay out of our business, and Navy SEALs need to continue being trained this way. And it's true, they need to be. They don't need to slow down on their training and make it easier on them and everything. Oh, shit. We want those guys to be tough,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the enemy's not going to stop because you skinned your knee. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hey, guys. Time out.
Where's my participation trophy?
I got some sand in my eye. Hold on, I can't see. Just time out. Let me go find a bottle of water real quick and try to rinse this out. Put the war on hold for a little bit.
Oh, I know. Oh.
Sorry, I can't skirmish today. I just don't feel like being here. I've just got a bad case of the Mondays. We're canceling skirmish and live fire until 1.
So yesterday I'm setting up for the open air market. I haven't done any open air markets in almost a year because of my health. And it felt so good to be out in the open air markets. They're so much fun to do, especially at Rose Hill Beer Gardens in Cypress. We'll be out there today from 2 to 6 again. But this woman walks up to me and she reads my sign about Bailey's Brew Coffee, and she sees Bailey and she goes, "Oh, can I go pet Bailey?" I said, "No, ma'am, I'm busy at the moment. She's my service dog and she's working." So she goes, "Well, she looks like she's sleeping." I said, "That's fine with me. And I'm working. I'm setting up my booth." And I said, "Not right now. You can't, pet her." And she goes, "Well, I had a monkey named Bailey." And I went, she goes, "So let me tell you about Bailey." I said, "No, ma'am, I'm busy right now. After I get set up, you're more than welcome to come back over and talk about whatever you want. But right now, I have to finish setting up. But I want to tell you about Bailey, my monkey." And I'm like, "No, ma'am, not right now,
You can't wait. Did she ever come back and buy coffee?
No. Thank
No,
God.
she just wanted to come over and pet your dog. Can I pet your dog?
Oh,
you ever see that? Can I pet your dog?
I get it all the time. And just as they go to touch her, she goes, "Oh, it says do not touch." I was like, "Yeah." So we're in line at the grocery store, and I have my back to this woman behind me, so does Bailey. And we hear this, "Here, puppy, 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 puppy." And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And I look behind me, and there's a woman on her knees behind Bailey trying to get her attention. And the husband says to her, "Would you leave that dog alone? It has do not pet on it. It's his service dog. Leave it alone." So she said, "Well, I think he's deaf because the dog is too." And I turned around and said, "No, she's just a very smart dog."
Nice. You got to get one of those. You know what? You can write on there. People ignore words, right? They don't take the time to read. What you need to do is you need to make Bailey a nice vest, right? That looks like lava. And then bright yellow letters say, "The dog is lava," right? So they know not to touch it. Kind of like the whole floor is Java thing. Just the dog is Java.
So we're at Costco.
Or lava.
We're at Costco weeks ago shopping. And there's a woman behind me bitching and complaining about service dogs being used for service. And, you should be rescuing rescue dogs and homeless pets and shouldn't have purebreds. And she asked me, "Is that a purebred?" I said, "Yes, it is." And she goes on talking about it. I said, "Ma'am, I don't give a crap. This is my service dog, whatever, And she keeps going on. And I finally said, and I pointed at her daughter because her daughter just so happened to be on a leash attached to her waistline. And the daughter was running all over the place, acting the fool. And I pointed at her daughter. I said, "Is that a purebred?" And she was pissed. And I said, "I know a great obedience trainer if you need one." And I turned around and walked off. Oh, she was furious. But I'm like, leave me alone.
No, it bothers me. Like we have, I see people out there now with emotional support pigeons and, crap like that. And I'm like, you're just, somebody made that a thing as an affront to veterans having animals, right? Like people who legitimately need them. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, anybody can be a service dog now. Anybody can have this. And they really watered down the whole actually understanding the need to have these pets, having these animals in our lives.
And, I educate managers and store managers and restaurant managers regarding the rules regarding service dogs so that they can legally kick them out when they discover it's just a pet, like most of them are. Yeah.
I saw somebody walking a dog, a little Pomeranian, onto a plane, and they just had the little vest on there, and the dog was doing everything but paying attention to the person. I'm like, you're about ready to go onto a plane, with a bunch of people. You're not paying attention to the dog. The dog's not paying attention to you. I don't know exactly, what it's for, but they look kind of fine. I honestly, it's, I'm not going to be one to judge. I'm not going to publicly say it or anything else, but, you kind of wonder, it's like, social anxiety, in pain, pain management, whatever. No, the dog's just on a leash, running around, not paying attention to its, it was just.
Yeah, I know. I see that at grocery stores all the time. And I tell the management, I said, hey, here's my ADA card. Here's a copy for you. And it states on the American Disability Act card that you as a store manager can kick these people out if you feel the dog is unsafe. And that's safe. That dog jumping all over the place and wanting to jump on other customers is being unsafe. It's not a trained dog. So please use your right and kick the dog out, because that'll tell people that, hey, I can't be running around my pet all the time like this, because that can get someone hurt,
Yeah.
Bailey got attacked in a store by a so-called service dog.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Service dogs don't attack other service dogs. Simple as that. And the guy swears up and down he's been to training. And I'm like, dude, man, dogs don't serve. We go to school with 40 other dogs. We're side by side with other dogs,
Yeah.
So if you're a veteran and you're self-training your service dog, please look into this. The rescueforptsd.org. They will teach you how to train your service dog for free. Yeah. Great organization. That's where Bailey and I go to. And they will teach you how to do it. So, something to think about.
So very cool, man.
Yeah. So, we got our next class is October 22nd. We'll be there. Last night, a couple of women came up to me and they wanted to give me money. They didn't want to buy coffee, but they wanted to give me money because of Bailey. I said, no, that's not how it works. I said, donate to an organization like the rescueforptsd.org so that they can train more veterans to have their own service dogs. You don't need to pay me unless you want to buy coffee. And they said, well, we don't drink coffee. I said, well, then donate to here. So the woman's got a bowling fundraiser she does, and they do $10,000 to $15,000 every time they have the event. And so she's going to talk to her committee about doing it for the rescueforptsd.org. And I said, if you do that, I will show up at your event with Bailey. So
nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was Lillian and Amanda that came by last night. Yeah. So hopefully they come by again. But, yeah, real nice gals. But,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
So what else you got going on? You got anything new coming up?
I got a bunch of A10 spent A10 shells, A10 Warthog shells. 30 millimeters, 30 mics. I got a bunch of those. I'm going to recreate those into tap handles, and for the wood on top, I'm going to use boat arc. So I don't know if you've ever seen boat arc, but it's like a beautiful yellow wood. So it really, the burp.
I need one to take Warthog chills. I do.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of those. I'm going to go ahead and turn those into tap handles. I'm going to take those up to Firebase Brewing.
That is.
Yeah. Those are going right up to Dallas to Firebase Brewing. I'm going to surprise the owner with those. I also had those coins made for him. So he's got challenge coins and everything else. So one of the things I like to do is I like to take a lot of the money that I get from my regular stuff, my regular customers. I save a little bit of that off to go ahead and, for donations to, veterans, to breweries, veteran-owned breweries, veteran-owned distilleries. Love doing work with Whitmeyers and everybody else. Shire Distilling. Shire Distilling is George Daher, Army Ranger, veteran-owned, great guy. Travis and Chris Whitmeyer, of course, from Whitmeyers, awesome gentlemen. and just fun as hell to drink with. So I'll go out and get do stuff like that. But I want to go up to Firebase, drop off these tap handles, take care of his entire wall, and it's all of that's getting done, no cost to them, completely funded by other work that I've got coming in. So, it's, if I take 10 or 15%, put that aside from every invoice and say, okay, well, I'm going to donate this. It's that gets donated, build it out, and I can go up there and present them with some really cool stuff and say, hey, man, congratulations on your brewery. Love what you're doing. Here's a little bit of, support and love, from another veteran in your industry.
Great. Yeah.
But other than that,
it'll be cool looking to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to post these ones. I really can't. Like, I've got Senate Avenue Brewing, which is kind of a.
Are the shell casings brass?
No, they're green.
They're green.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Are they?
Yeah, I don't know if they're training ones or what, but like they're the painted green.
Is your neighbor cutting the grass?
Yeah, of course.
Of
yeah,
course.
They don't do shit. But yeah, the minute this is just that's all right. This is Sunday morning. At least he didn't do it at 7:00, right?
Right.
I mean, I didn't get up. I went to bed about 4:00 this morning. Got up about 9:45, 10:00. My phone was going off. Somebody was calling me.
Yeah, I wonder who.
Yeah. And that kind of shook me awake, and I was like, oh, crap.
I got a podcast to do.
I gotta be on air, man. I gotta straighten myself out. I need to drink some coffee.
So were you with Jerry Morrison all night last night?
No. So after I left your house, I went out by Mike's. So Mike owns Monarch Sound and Graphics. He's my other Army veteran friend that owns a sign company. I was out there helping him install 2 garage door openers. So we were going to do just one, but
you're
went
doing
so easily.
At Jerry's house.
No, I didn't know Jerry was installing garage doors yesterday too, or new ones. No, I was over at Mike's, and we got that up, and we're having a couple beers, and then came home, picked up my daughter from work, picked up my other daughter from school. They had a dance last night. Got home, just kind of sat down, relaxed, and was just having a few beers, and then some stuff came up, and I had to get a little bit of work done. Then my brain wouldn't shut off, so I did some other work. Did a little bit of 3D design, and finally about 4:00, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go crash. I need to go sleep, and finally got to sleep.
Hey, did you serve after 9/11?
No, I was 91, 90, end of 95, 96.
Okay.
96.
I didn't know if you did or not. No. Okay.
I'm 50 years old, man.
Really?
Yeah, I just turned 50 on September 11th.
Wow, that's something. What a day to have your birthday.
It was really cool for quite a few years. And then just like right around 2001, it just all kind of went to shit.
Yeah.
21 years ago. It was really fun having a birthday.
Yeah.
Hit 29.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah. So, hey, I was going to ask you something.
Yes,
I've got 3 co-hosts. I've got, let me see here. Where's that nutcase at? Right here. Here's Janice Marino, one of my co-hosts. This is the Army Airborne gal that took a selfie over Normandy for the 75th anniversary.
She looks fun.
Oh, yeah, she's hilarious. So she's a co-host. And then I've got Hector Garon from American Legion Post 654. He comes on occasionally. And then I got Ricky Cruz. Here he is right on the end down there, next to Tim Stroud, that comes on. He owns HX Fight Camp. He's an Army officer, retired. And he owns HX Fight Camp, and ATX is in Austin. He's got one up in Austin now too. But they're co-hosts. But I have what's called specialty co-hosts that are going to come on once a month, or they can do more if they want, and talk about events going on in their area. Like I got Heather Herlong Stevens from Blue Star Moms up in Montgomery County. She's going to talk about events and stuff regarding veterans up in Montgomery County. I've got Valerie James that's going to talk about events in Houston for veterans and veterans homelessness and veterans court. Then I've got Robin Phoenix Johnson, this guy right here. She was on a couple weeks ago. She's actually a comic now and retired lieutenant colonel from the Army. And she's got what's called Best Medicine Brigade. And she's got a business of comics that are all veterans or spouses of veterans. And they travel around the country doing comedy, and she's hilarious. So she's going to come on once a month talking to her different comics and so forth. So I'm opening it up to different spots. So I was wondering if you want to do stories on the Marine Corps, because there's a lot of events going on about the Marines in Houston area and Texas and so forth that I need someone. And I was going to have someone else come on, but he won't return any calls.
Does the first name start with an R or a T?
A T.
Oh, really? Didn't return calls?
No, he didn't return any messages. So I don't know. I know you're talking about Robert.
Trent.
Huh?
No, you're thinking Terry. I'm thinking Trent.
Oh.
No? Okay. We don't use last names because we have secret codes here.
Yeah. But when you said R, I thought maybe you were talking about Robert.
No. Robert Kersey. So Robert lives up the street from me.
Yeah, he was on last week.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, he's a real great guy. He was on last Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I bet you Robert would be all good with that too. I mean, we could tag team. He could fill in for me if I want.
Don't say tag team. No. I don't want two male Marines tag teaming on the podcast. Hoorah! Hoorah! Shut up already. There we go. Yeah, no. But yeah, I was gonna see if you wanted to do it.
I don't mind. It just means I have to read a lot. I'll have to sit down and start tracking.
Actually look at social media, see what's going on around.
Yeah, I got to be on Facebook now, and I could try.
I actually just spoke to a civilian yesterday, but she's a very special civilian. About her coming on once a month and doing the same, and she said she's interested, and that's Myrna Trevino. She's the ACASA, the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's an awesome gal. So she's interested in coming on as well, talking once a month about all the events she does. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we are headed down to I have a real good customer down in Webster, Chopping Block Meat Market. He's a veteran. And we're going down there to deliver coffee, put in a big order of coffee. So I got to deliver it to him down there in Webster. And he's also opened up a new meat market in Victoria. So he's going to have a coffee down there. So I actually created Chopping Block Coffee for him. So
I follow them on Facebook. And, man, they post some beautiful pictures of Waiwiga or whatever the hell that is. Whatever the hell it is. I don't know. It looks too expensive for me to buy.
Oh, it's good. It's good. He gave me a piece one time to cook, and then next time I went in there, I bought some. But after I bought it, I was like, "Man, this is expensive." But it was good. It really was. It was.
Well, I got to figure out how to cut that or how to cook it like correctly. Like I know how to use a smoker. I know how to use my grill. My grill's not the best, but makes great brats, makes great corn. I'm from Milwaukee, right? So, we're not known for briskets or steaks or anything. We're known for our brats, our sausages, our corn, stuff like that. We cook, we grill a little bit differently. But down here, man, it's a whole different.
They grill bologna up there thinking it's steak. So what do you expect?
Dude. Why do you not look? Okay. So I come down here. I've seen people buy the big 10-pound bricks and 5-pound bricks of thick cut bologna.
Uh-huh.
I see them smoke it down here. They turn it into burnt ends bologna. So everybody, I don't care, man. Everybody loves bologna. Yeah, and you know what? I do fry it.
I don't. I hate bologna.
I butter fry bologna and make
butterfly bologna.
Butter fry bologna.
Yeah.
And cook it with eggs. Put it on a breakfast sandwich in the morning. It's I mean, I had heart attacks when I was 46, but you know, I feel good eating that stuff. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to die, this is how I want to go.
Well, you know,
it was good enough for Elvis.
You know, I don't like bologna, but I love liverwurst.
Oh yeah. Oh, Braunschweiger and liverwurst.
Oh,
Another one of those things, man.
That's good stuff. Yeah. So
when I go up to Wisconsin, I'll come back with some really good Usingers, and I'll hook you up with some Usingers.
Some what?
Usingers.
What the heck is that?
Okay, Usingers and Clements are the two local brands up in Milwaukee of some of the best liverwurst, Braunschweiger, hot dogs, natural casing hot, like you want sausages. Like Johnsonville is from there too, right? Johnsonville started up in Wisconsin, you know. But no, we're known for our, you know, our brats and our sausages and our beer. So, Usingers is an amazing company. So is Clements, but they have some of the best food up there that I could ever want and get.
You need to go to lunch or breakfast with me one day at Kenny and Ziggy's. Have you been there?
I've been to Kenny and Ziggy's before, but I haven't been there for breakfast. Like we go there at, you know, evening for dinner.
Bailey and I go there for breakfast once a week, and they've got a great breakfast, but they have great sandwiches too. I mean, on occasion I get sandwiches from Mom and I because it's a New York delicatessen where Mom's from and everything, so she loves it. But so they got some really good stuff like that up there too. So, in fact, they were on the news this morning on Channel 13.
Really?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Yeah, of course you were. They were talking about the Jewish holiday.
Rahada or
No, Yopon Kamir's commerce.
Yom Kippur is later.
Yeah.
They just got done with like a 40-day fast.
Yeah.
So Lance Braswell, if you know who Lance is, Lance Braswell is it's a different sect of Judaism, more like kind of like Jews for Jesus, right? It's interesting, but he observes it, and he's a great guy. So yeah, see him once in a while. I was supposed to do some woodwork for him to make. They have a Torah scroll, and the ends are all broke off, and they you know, they're all garbage. So he sent me pictures of them, and I was trying to figure out how to do this. So I got it figured out. I have to turn them on the lathe, but the very tops, there's some sort of design, and I can't figure out the design. It's all worn down and, you know, bad. So I wanted to redo that out of Bodark again because it's beautiful gold and it'll really set it off. And then make walnut rings to kind of break it up, and then polish it up real beautiful, and then set them inside the Torah. It's just I haven't been able to get up to the woodlands to grab them and take them apart and rebuild that part of it. But yeah, I don't just make tap handles. I do all kinds of woodwork.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's one of those special projects I've been wanting to do.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, a little bit off thing there, but yeah.
Right. That's okay. It's good. It's good. Yeah. So
jog the memory.
Yeah. So I'm actually working on I probably want to probably come out after the first year with it because it's wintertime. Who wants to wear a short sleeve shirt unless you're in Texas? But here's my new shirts I got. How you like that? You like those?
I like it. Is that really grunt style build?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with grunt style on those.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get those next month or so. Just different bills been coming up and everything, and it's an expensive shirt, but the name grunt style on it, people love it, you know. So
yeah,
that's why I'm going with it. You know, for years I bought shirts from everywhere else. I've made them myself and everything, and I mean I have shirts that are 5 years old, and I have 200 of them. So I'm gonna go with grunt style, so they move quicker.
Yeah.
So it's a Vets and Coffee shirt. It says Vets and Coffee, then never let them be forgotten on the back. So that'll be nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
When you get it, I'll get a shirt and a hat, just because I don't have any coffee shirts. I got my Texas Tap Handles hat, Texas Tap Handles shirt. I don't have anything coffee that says coffee, which is the thing I probably drink, 3-to-1 coffee to beer.
Well, these hats right here, they're made by Dry Duck. And this hat is like they made hats during Korea. and Vietnam Dry Duck did.
Uh-huh.
And this is like the style hat they offered back in those days. So it's kind of old school looking military hat, you know. So that's why I went with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. I got these made at Queensboro because they were super cheap. But most importantly, they it's the low profile, right? So it's not a trucker hat. I want something that fits my head like completely, really well.
I have those Richardson hats, but they're just I'm not in a trucker style hat. No.
Yeah, no, that's why the 118s are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've also ordered myself a couple of OD green Vietnam era ripstop jackets, you know, shirts. With the slanted pockets, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put Vets and Coffee on those for myself, you know, to wear to events.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good, man. It's so much fun stuff was from the military that I have, you know, that I miss having, that I love having. You know, the ripstop shorts or ripstop camis.
BDU pants and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the BDUs, man. Those were awesome, man. I loved turning all that stuff in until I got old and fat. I used to wear them all the time, right? Like I have one working pair of BDUs that I didn't destroy. I obviously don't fit them anymore. I mean, no way I'm gonna ever see a 32-inch waist again in my life. So,
yeah. I used to wear them hunting all the time too. So the BDU was great, and you know the ripstop for dove hunting in Texas because they're so lightweight. Yeah.
I still have my my Inspector Gadget coat with the liner. Let's see. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff that I kept. I really wish I would have kept some of my range coats or just regular coats, right? Like not turned them in or kept them and just took the hit. I should have just took the hit because now I got to go find an Army surplus place and try to find, you know, like 30-year-old stuff. You know, good luck.
You know, I shop at Top Brass over in 45. Top Brass Surplus.
Yep.
And they have quite a bit of clothing in the back. But then there's also a neat surplus store up in Spring, I found.
Huh. I'll have to go check them out.
Yeah, I went in there with Bailey and they have cats inside. And Bailey discovered cats. So it's like, I don't think I want a uniform out of there that's had cats walking all over it, you know, but.
Dude, I've always had cats. So I'm not gonna lie to you. We have cats. I'm just gonna show you this real quick. Can you see that cat sitting there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of like 6 strays that walk around my house that we feed. You know, plus, you know, we've always had cats. But no, we feed them. They keep the mice away. They go after the bugs. They're great. So, you know, and then when they get a little bit older, they're like, love you. Can I come in? And it's like, yep, come on in. Come live the rest of your life.
I'm so allergic to cats. It's unbelievable.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I get around cats and I can't breathe. My eyes burn. And it's just like, you know, and people say, oh, but I wash my cats. You don't have that problem because the cat dander. I said, no, bullshit.
No,
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an oil, man. It's like I'm definitely allergic to raspberries. And what it has to do is the enzymes, right? Yeah. So it has nothing to do, you know, it's either going to be dander, an enzyme, or oil. I mean, cats have an oil on them, right? And if that oil is a skin irritant to you, sorry, man, can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're talking about a little bit of everything today, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who are watching this, Trey and I can sit and talk for probably a good 3-4 hours. Easily. And we're going to cycle through a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's nothing. So
yeah, I know. So that's how we are when
this would be a long podcast.
Yeah. Dan came over yesterday to pick up a toy from me, a new Pew Pew.
A very easy toy.
Easy 9 toy. Yes. Because yes, I enjoy my guns. In fact, if you look at the logo, I mean, here, I want to see, where's that picture of the logo? It's behind me right now, but there's actually a couple of bullets right there, you know.
Yeah.
It says Vets and Coffee, the podcast. It's on top of an old Army Jeep, and there's a couple bullets on there. And why? Because I do love my guns. That's a fact. Of course I do.
I also love your guns, by the way.
Yeah,
I can't wait to take this next one
on
out.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't wait to take this next one out to the range.
Yeah, especially that new Mossberg 500 Scorpion.
Oh, if I win that bad boy, I can't wait. So I got the Sega 12 gauge semi-automatic, and then if I'm lucky enough to get that Mossberg, I can't wait to go out to Eagle, and honestly I'm going to load them both up with birdshot, and I'm going to just go through as fast as I can with them because it's what 30, 40. I think I get them for 60 cents a round for light shot, low brass, whatever. I'm just going to go through and I buy that because when I take friends out to the range, they're like, "Oh, dude, you got a semi-automatic shotgun?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." They're like, "Oh, dude, can we do it?" I'm like, "Sure." So I bought a bunch of 10-round mags, and so we load them up with we load up 25 super quick, and load up 25 and go here, man. Go through them as fast as you can. Eagle will let you do it on the 100-yard range, and they just dump 25 rounds as fast as they can. And to them, it's like an amazing experience. Me, I'm like, see you $25. But no, I can't wait to check out the Mossberg and see how that plays. I mean, I kind of want to just go and get one anyways. No, just to have it.
I've got a Mossberg tactical shotgun. It's a 930. It's got the extended tube on it. It's a semi-automatic shotgun, which is a great shotgun. It really is. I mean, we used it for years ago when I was skinnier. I actually went on a helicopter. We went hog hunting, and I used that, and it was awesome on hogs. Yeah, no miss situation. With double aught, yeah. It was neat. You hit a couple at a time sometimes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But I'm thinking about getting an AR style shotgun. So, have you seen those?
Yeah,
I've seen it out. I just want to try it out. It's like,
yeah, it's just the lower, right? And then the upper, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. No, but the lowers on those are just the same. You don't need as much spring in the back in the butt of the stock. But no, I've seen those. I can't remember the damn number of it, but yeah,
there's a couple.
They're not bad. They're the door breachers
that make them, but it's just. I just thought I want to get one to try it. I've never I've shot them before, but I never. There's a bunch of companies that are making them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was the thing. We had door breachers back in the 90s, and that was our we carry either an AR-15 or a 308, and then on the
you want.
Yeah, I would make sweet love to that.
I know it's going to. I know you'll be using some CLP with that too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nothing. I want to get a CLP and Cosmoline candle for men, right? Like you ever run against a candle maker, you get them to make a Cosmoline and gunpowder candle.
Hoppy is number 9 candle.
Is that it?
No, Hoppy's number. I'm just saying Hoppy's number 9. Yeah. Is the old cleaner that's been around for years.
Oh yeah, Hoppy. Yeah.
Hoppy's number 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you get one made out of Cosmoline to be great. No, but we had the door breachers, which was the shotgun that mounted, kind of like the 503 grenade launcher on an AR-15.
Yeah.
They had a shotgun that did the same.
That.
So you just kind of reach, it's like, here's this, and then you're like, door breacher.
Yeah.
Shoot through, kick through the door.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that always works. Just figure out, if we could put a, what's it called? A drum on that would be, put a 10-round drum on the bottom of an AR-15 or a 308, or even an AR-15, like a bullpup. Man, hold on.
What?
Couldn't fit in a bullpup style. Completely different style. No, it would just have to be a short AR-15, like a 16-inch barrel, with that on there. Just get that.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I have fun.
Let me find it here. Yeah, I'll show you a neat shotgun I have. Where's it at? I just saved the photo from my other pictures. The Remington TAC 14. You've seen those?
If I have, I don't remember it.
Yeah, that picture didn't save. Here's one right here. Yeah, I'm just pulling off some internet pictures. I'll bring it up in a second.
All right, no worries.
Yeah. I was on I-45 coming home from Crockett one time, and I had some gentleman having some issues with road rage that showed me his gun, and then I showed him mine, and he just about fell off his motorcycle. But that right there.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah. So
That's
my
nice
traveling. That's my traveling truck gun. And then I've got a shell holder on the opposite side. It holds, 6 extra rounds. Yeah. So
those are nice, man.
Yeah. Because when I'm driving, I don't speed anymore. I just do the speed limit, set my cruise control, put on the good time radio and listen to it, and just cruise along, and had some guys on some bikes that didn't like being stuck behind me, And the guy came
hold
around.
on. Were you in the passing lane or just like the middle or right hand lane?
I started out in a 2-lane. I was in the right hand lane, the slow lane.
Yeah.
And then it went to 3 lanes. And when I got to 3 lanes, I stayed in the little lane, but then I had people slower than me in front of me. So I got in the middle lane, and boy, they were pissed when I got in the middle lane, and the guy came up next to my side, and he opened up his vest, and he had a handgun in his waist. And I lowered my window and I showed him that, and he just about fell off his bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me explain something. But when you brandish like that, man, that's how you go to jail.
Yeah, I know. So he did go to jail, and I called it in, and they got him stopped. Yeah. But I let him know. I said, I was fearing for my safety. I pulled my shotgun on him. Yeah.
Yeah. What it comes down to is whoever calls 911 first.
Whoever calls 911 first, that's right. There's a woman down in League City right now that her, was claiming she was falsely arrested and everything, but she got in an accident, and the person she got in the accident with begged her not to call the police. And they said they'll cover it and everything. So she goes, okay, I'll do that. But she didn't do it. And what did they do? They called the police on her and they accused her of not giving her information out.
Oh, yeah.
So they came and arrested the wife, and the husband's in an uproar, and the husband got arrested over it too. But I mean, I don't care who you are. If I'm in an accident with you, I'm reporting it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. 3 things. You get into an accident, 1, call the cops immediately.
Yeah.
2, take really good notes and video.
Yeah.
Like I got into a head-on collision from somebody who was not from here in the area. They ran a green light, turned when they shouldn't have turned. Like you have a green arrow, and then you don't have a green arrow. She turned and said, well, I thought I had a green light. I thought I could go. It's like, no, and she made all these statements, and I'm taking mental notes this entire time. And the next one, never say you're sorry. Don't admit anything. Be cordial, be conversational. Like I had her, I had all of her statements, and I echoed them back. It was all part of the record. She also mentioned everything, and I had her on text. I was like, "Are you all right? How's your finger? Did you ever get your?" She was coming up here to In-N-Out to get a burger, and she was lost, and she kept making wrong turns, and she's watching on her phone. I never said I'm sorry. I made sure she was all right, but she kept apologizing. So the officer, which was a rookie sheriff, right? I guess rookie deputy.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah. So he blamed me for it. So I had to jump through hoops, do all the video, do all the stuff, and then once it was all figured out, they eventually found her, in thing instead of me. They're like, "Oh, you ran a red light." I'm like, "No, I didn't. I stopped for my red, and then it turned green, and I went." This chick came around and just, she turned out of turn and ran into me. I was already, and I showed a picture. I'm like, look, here's where my car is. In order for me to end up where we ended up, okay, I was already 3/4 of the way through the intersection when she started her turn. Who's not paying attention? Sure as hell isn't me. I had the right of way. I could have went. So I had to fight through all of this stuff. But, I never admitted, never did anything, called the police immediately. Yeah. And, take notes, pictures, videos, like take pictures of the approach, take pictures of the lights, whatever it is. And actually now I want to get a freaking dash cam.
Oh, I have one.
I want to cam up my entire freaking car now.
Yeah.
Because I had to go through that crap.
Yeah. There's a video on YouTube and everything else of a man in a Lamborghini or Ferrari, something like that gets rear-ended by a young gal, and she gets out of the car, beating on his window, yelling at him for wrecking her new car. And in the video, you can clearly see she rear-ended him, and she's blaming it on him that she was hit by him. You ruined my new car. You ruined my new car. And it's like, you rear-ended the guy. And the guy's just laughing at her, and said, okay, we'll let the police handle it. But, some of the people these days, it just blows my mind. I'm like, what are they thinking? Yeah. So, yeah, dash cam's a good thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to get one now. I need to get it set up.
Yeah.
I just need to find them. I see a bunch of them on YouTube. I see a bunch of them on dx.com and AliExpress and all these other ones. So I know they're out there. I know they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So I just need to find the best one, stick it on there, and run the cable, wire up the car. Maybe get some left and some right ones too.
Oh yeah, the one I have is just out front. I just turn it on when I start driving. It runs off an SD card, and my sister gave it to me years ago. Huh?
Is that one of the ones that just loop?
Yeah,
continuously loop.
Yeah. So it's kind of neat. So, hey, real quick, let me show you this. This is for years I always carried 6 Sauer, 229, 227, 220s. They got just too heavy. My pants were falling down, and so I went to. I never liked the Glock because it never felt good in my hand until they came out with the 4th generation that you could put the parts on the grip and so forth to enlarge it and everything, so it fit better in my hand. So I bought the 4th generation Glock 19. But I recently got this, the 320 M18 from SIG. And 21 rounds, holds more rounds than my Glock, and it's lighter. I love it.
So I have the 365 I got from you.
Yeah.
And with the double, man, that thing fits beautifully in my hands. With the extended mag on it, it just sits so nice. Showing that one to my daughter last night, she was like, because she saw the new Smith & Wesson. Yeah, the Easy 9, and she was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Here, let me show you how it works." And she goes, "Wow, how many you got?" I'm like, "Well, here, once you come back, let me open up the safe, and I'll show you the collection I have." So I pulled out the 2 SIGs, the Taurus, the Smith & Wesson, the Easy 9, and a little P238, right? That's my pocket carry. Like I can literally put that in my pocket, and you'll never know I have anything. And if I put it behind a card in my pocket, it doesn't highlight, doesn't do anything. It just sits there waiting to be used. And it's, she was like, "Wow, I had no idea you had so many." She thought I only had rifles and stuff. I was like, no, I've kind of added to my collection very quietly over the last, couple of years. So, this is you're going to laugh, dude. Still one of my favorite handguns. My High Point 40 caliber. I love that thing. So not only does it fit so well in my hand, like I got these big ass barrels.
For those of you that are listening and not watching, I'm shaking my head and rubbing my forehead when he said High Point.
He's face palming. But I'll tell you what, you'll never find a better disposable weapon to carry. That's my truck gun. That's my ride along, right?
Well, this is what I normally carry now, is that M&P Shield 9 Plus.
Yeah. That's
it holds 13 rounds. It's nice and compact. But yeah, I carry that pretty much all the time, unless I have to go down to Southwest Houston or something like that. Then I'll put the M18 on that holds 21 rounds.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, that M&P Shield Plus 9 is nice. It holds 13 rounds. I love it.
Yeah. My 40 cal high point was one of the first ones I got down here in Houston. I bought it for, I gave one of my coworkers was getting rid of it. I bought it for $75. That's only because knew they're going for like 125, right? They're disposable. So, which is bad, but lifetime warranty. Anything goes wrong with it, you send it back. They give you a new one.
When I worked for HVD and we dealt with firearms coming in for, evidence and everything, every day I got high points in. I mean, 2 or 3 a day.
Oh yeah.
I would get them in. Yeah, people, and I could not believe the price they sold them for. Yeah.
Yeah, they're locally made. They're super cheap. I think they're made up in Ohio. They're super cheap, or inexpensive.
Yeah.
But it's
they
so hard for you to get one to jam.
They double as boat anchors. Yeah.
You can, and then you can pull them up and then use them as a gun, as a pistol later, or as a handgun later. I mean, they're virtually indestructible, until they except for if you smash it in such a place where it hits the grips, right, and you weaken the grips, then they're destructible, right? Because wherever the springs are inside, once they start poking out, you'll stovepipe every time, or you'll get misfires and everything else. But Demolition Ranch did a great video on them. They shot it. They abused the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want to like this gun, but I kind of like this gun. And it's I know they're looked down upon. They are, in a world of Macy's and Nordstroms, they are, Ross for less, right? And that's okay.
How big of a yard did your neighbor just cut? Because the lawnmower was on for like less than 30 seconds. You notice that?
No. No, he went. He was out of his yard.
Okay.
So it's catty corner to me, and he was cutting it for about 20 minutes.
Okay, all right.
It's just when he was close to the fence.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm wearing my shocks, right? So, you're really gonna be picking it up off my jaw, and so my audio is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So you may or may not get any ambience.
I need to start getting ready because we have to head down to Cypress again today and sell more coffee at Cypress Rose Hill Beer Gardens. From 2 to 6 p.m. we'll be out there. It's 14540 Cypress Rose Hill Road.
I got it saved to my phone. Actually, I was going to pop out there yesterday. They were doing Oktoberfest.
Yeah, they have food trucks out there. Great food. They have great tacos. Great Cuban food. They have a playground for kids. It's pet friendly. They have a covered area with fans that are cooling fans with TVs, big screen TVs to watch all the games. Beer on tap, bottled beer, and then they have a bar as well. And they don't have any of your beer taps, so you need to come out and talk to them about that.
If they have Saloon Door, No Label, Brazos Valley Brewing Company, Deca. Let's see. I don't know. There's like 20 breweries that I make tap handles for. I've kind of pared that back a little bit. But I bet you if I go there, I bet you I'll be able to spot one or two.
Okay. All right.
Usually I can, of the thousands of tap handles I made for breweries here in Houston, I can guarantee at least one or two of my tap handles are at any given brewery in town.
Oh yeah. So if anyone's hearing a wonderful sound of Bailey's tail, she's decided to get up and visit us. Come on, girl. Come on, get up. Here she is right here. There's my girl, Bailey. She's like, oh, I'm up for my nap, So she'll be out there with me today again. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you finally decided to get up, Yeah.
Hi, Bailey.
Yeah, who's that? Is that Dan? Huh? Is that your buddy Dan? She's like, I heard your voice. Where to go? So
Yeah. Right.
What she wants to do is she wants to lick the cream from my coffee mug. So that's what she's doing. She's been doing that since she's a puppy. So I let her. And people are like, I can't believe you're letting your dog lick your coffee mug. Well, it gets washed every day.
Yeah.
So.
So Sonic is doing pup cups now, and they have a bunch of costumes for dogs. So I kind of want to get the Sonic Cherry Limeade outfit for our dog, and then get her a pup cup. Yeah, she loves going for rides.
Oh yeah, Bailey riding in the truck. I'm gonna get her they make a black lion's mane.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that for Bailey for Halloween, because you saw my yard, how I decorate my yard. I love Halloween.
Oh yeah,
and we love candy of the kids and everything. And then I have a tree that hangs over the street, and I put a mummy in it, and it's attached to a fishing string. And as they come walking down the street, I drop it in front of them, and it scares the crap out of them more. It scares the parents more than it does the kids. The kids laugh and the parents scream. So
nice.
It's funny. Yeah. So, but hey, I appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I was running a little bit late. And,
that's all right.
We kind of went over. I know we were talking like, we aim for 25 minutes. An hour and 16 minutes later.
Hour and 16 minutes later.
And that doesn't even include the pre-talk, right?
We started
While
talking,
we were getting ready.
We started talking guns, and I love guns, So
yeah.
I actually was one of the top salesmen for firearms for Bass Pro Shops at one time. I managed a couple of their gun departments, and they had their autumn hunting sale. I think I sold the most guns in one afternoon. It was like at 40 some odd guns, So
damn.
Yeah, I can sell a gun to a blind man, and I did when I was a kid working at Sporting Goods Incorporated in downtown Houston. I sold a blind man a Walther PPK 380. His daughter came back so pissed off that I sold her father a gun. She was furious over it, I'm like, hey,
why?
He wanted some self protection, and plus I got an extra bonus for selling so many Walther PPKs back then. Yeah, back in the day, in the 80s, a lot of the gun companies gave you free guns for selling a certain amount of guns. Oh yeah, it was a big thing. Yeah, and I used to get free guns from Remington, Walther, Winchester, Marlin. There's another one I got free from Colt. I got a free one from Colt as well. Colt Detective Special I got for free. I still have it. But I got a Walther PPK still from them. And I still have the AR from Colt I got, which was the Colt 9mm they came out with in the 80s, in a carbine style. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were the days. Yeah. So, well, man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And then we'll start working on getting you up here and doing some monthly podcasts as well,
Yeah, we'll see. I'm horrible with that. Like, I wanted to do Texas tap handles a video and show videos of how I make tap handles and, encourage veterans how to do that. It's like, what's the difference between polishing your shoes for 3 hours and sanding, wood tap handles for 3 hours? It's just kind of, it's repetitive stuff.
I know.
So
everybody said I should have done my leather and knife work on video, but it's like, no.
Yeah, but you got to do all the video, and then you got to do the video editing, and the kids. My daughter's a digital nerd, and she's like me, and it's like, hey, you want to edit the video? Yeah, I have hours and hours and hours of video. I have no one to freaking edit it, so. Yeah, I wanted to do this. So then I got something that allows me to edit on the fly through Blackmagic. Eventually I'll reapproach it, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And then once I have that, I don't know, man. I like your idea of doing a studio. It's like, hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, bring in some of your equipment. Let's go ahead and do professional video or professional podcast. Let's go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and highlight some of these things.
Let's not talk about what I was talking about, though.
No.
Yeah, because I'm not ready to release that yet. Yeah.
But I'd like the idea. So, there might be opportunity there.
Yeah.
But,
idea. So
the problem is you got to have enough space to rig everything up. And that's the biggest part.
Yeah. So one more thing real quick. Sponsors. PatriotKnifeCoffee.com. Use discount code podcast. Save 20% on your order. and also Charlie Mike Military Apparel.com, and use Charlie Mike for free shipping through them. So I always like to announce them as well. And anything else you got?
No, man. I okay. One, yes, I got tons of stuff to talk about. Two, no, we don't have enough time. So
yeah, but you can put it into your own podcast once a month when you start talking about marine events. Like Your Event Warriors has got a march coming up in November.
We got our Silkies hike.
Hell yeah. Hike. Yeah, I know. Are you going to be on it?
I don't know. Okay, so I got to get up to Wisconsin, right? I have to get up there to get all my fall beers. I have to pick up a new motorcycle, 1972 Almond Savior candy apple red with flames, like old school chopper. Oh, I got to go up there and get it so I can come down here and then drive it during the wintertime, right? Because it's, actually I'm going to go on a motorcycle ride today. I'm just going to go and F off for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We're going to get ready to go out to that market. That's what we're going to do, aren't we? Yeah,
cool, man. Well, drive safe.
Yeah.
If I don't know if I'll see you or not, but I don't usually drink when I'm on two wheels.
Nah, I don't blame you. That's the use. So, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
Never let them be forgotten.
And
once again, Dan, we thank you for coming on. You have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, world.
You too, brother. You take care.
All right, bye-bye.
And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. As you can see, veterans and coffee are Tree's passions, and we want to make a difference in the veterans community. And with your help and continued listenership, we'll do exactly that. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. See you next time on Vets and Coffee, the podcast.